I've had three reasonable members of this panel offering reasonable
I'm very
arguments.
reasonable.
All I've heard from you so far is
those that defend
all I've heard from you is dumb bigotry.
Because I went to the website of the Office for National Statistics and the Bureau of Justice of the Americans. And here you can see, these are all the victims saying who their perpetrators are. And here they say that it's people that they know, it's their family members, it's their friends, it's their acquaintances. Only this small number over here is done by strangers or what she calls grooming gangs. You can see the overwhelming majority are done by those that they know or those or their relatives. Nobody says this is white Christian sexual epidemic. If you look at the population, she says that they're being taken over. This is the population of Muslims in the UK and in the US. In the US, 1.1%, in the UK, 6%. Tell me, where is the takeover that's taking place here? Piers, when you look at the crimes that are committed against Brits, and I'm a Brit, I'm born and raised here, against our sisters and our daughters and the like, here are the crimes committed by Jimmy Savile and Rolf Harris. Nobody says this is white Christian rape. No one says this is a white Christian problem. Everybody says crime has no faith and it has no race. This was committed by vile individuals and justice should be delivered. Piers, when you look at the Office of National Statistics and you see the number of people incarcerated in the UK, you can see that they are overwhelmingly white. But nobody says that this country has a white criminal problem. No one says that this is a Christian problem. Everybody says this is a criminal problem by vile people because crime has no faith and crime has no race. Piers, when you look at the mass shootings in America that kill students and kill their children, this is the data from the Bureau of Justice in America. This is by white shooters, this is by ethnic minorities. No one says that in America they have a white Christian shooting problem because they know crime has no faith, they know crime has no race, and they know that it is individuals who need to be brought to justice.
Now, as this brother makes a very good point of how the overwhelming majority of crimes in the United Kingdom are the perpetrators are the overwhelming majority of victims to assaults of all kind. The overwhelming majority are people who know their perpetrators. The victims know the people. Then, the overwhelming majority of assaults, all sorts of assaults, the overwhelming majority is white people. So this brother has replied extremely well. May Allah bless him.
I've had three reasonable members of this panel offering reasonable arguments. All I've heard from you so far is dumb bigotry, accusations of terrorism against people who are just perfectly ordinary journalists. There's something wrong with you. Why do you do this?
Sounds like you during COVID, Piers. You were vilifying, shaming, and trying to destroy people for not wanting to take the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
You tried to destroy.
And you know what? I was wrong. I was wrong.
Exactly, you're wrong, and you still are wrong today.
Well, you don't become less wrong. I've admitted I was wrong.
England is better off without all the Muslims, and that goes the same way to the United States. We can solve all of our problems if these Muslims are sent back to their Sharia nations because they're not here to assimilate.
Really? You think they were?
And let's see the next point of this sister. Now, the next topic she started to discuss was that all Muslims should go back to their Muslim Sharia nations, which I find ironic because I'm 96% European. I'm Scottish. My clan is Campbell. So historically, the English like us because we helped them take over Scotland. Do I agree with my ancestors? No, I don't really like it. But I'm more English than a lot more people. My whole family aren't Muslim. I became Muslim of my own free will. Crazy. I read the Old Testament and I also read the Quran, and then I chose to become Muslim. And I was a bit of a Satanist before, so You know, I went from bad to good, subhanallah. So that's crazy. Yeah, Muslims are the problem. We're the problem, you know? The people who give to charity, you know? The people who say drinking alcohol is bad. We're the ones who say to not smoke, drink, have, you know, intercourse outside of marriage because it's harmful towards women. Yes, that religion, such a harmful religion. Subhanallah, subhanallah. May Allah give her some knowledge. She's clearly mentally not well. May Allah give her some knowledge. Ameen. May Allah guide her. Ameen.
I couldn't believe that you were as vile and bigoted as it seemed, but it turns out you were. So here's my pledge to you. Like I said, if you win, and the
These
people of
buzzwords mean
Texas and the
absolutely
people of
nothing. You
Texas
just want to be
like your
politically
vile,
correct.
bigoted
You're
rhetoric,
just a
you
puppet
can
for
come
the
back on.
establishment.
Otherwise,
you follow marching
we're never
orders,
going to
and
see you
that's
again.
fine.
So good luck
That's
in your
fine.
election.
You can't
Trust
even say
me.
the word faggot.
Trust
That's the
me.
reality. You're
Trust
afraid to
me
even
when I say
speak.
this. The
I'm
people
not.
of Texas. Trust me when I say this. The people in the 31st district of Texas are not going to vote for you because you're a vile bigot, and that is a fact.
And
and you
that's why
can
you
take
say
it
the
to
same
the
thing
bank.
about President Trump, Pierce.
And you want to look at yourself and think about the way you talk about people. I would simply say to
Thank you.
Valentina Gomez that sometimes when people show themselves, you should believe them when they show you. And your reaction to the English-born Home Secretary of my country, Shabana Mahmood, who's a diligent, hard-working, intelligent, decent person born in Birmingham in the Midlands of my country. Your reaction to her, calling her a dirty Pakistani Muslim, was one of the most disgusting things I've seen or heard in a very long time. And it showed you for what you are. You are a disgusting Islamophobic bigot that hates 2 billion people on this planet simply because
Pierce,
of their religion.
they hate me too.
And shame on you.
They hate people
Shame
like
on
me.
you.
They hate
You
people
won't-
like you.
you
They
won't-
hate people
No, we
like
don't
your
hate you. We
wife.
feel
You're
sorry
only-
for you.
you're
We don't hate you.
You're only back.
I promise we don't hate
You're
you.
only back on this program. You're only back on this program because you were banned from my country. I say good on you, Home Secretary.
Because my message,
You're a more decent person
because my
than
message
Valentina Gomez
resonates,
could ever
Pierce.
dream of
I
being.
would-
The history of how Christianity came to Colombia is people of my skin color came to Colombia. They forced Christianity into the land. Colombians had their own traditions, temples, and they had their own gods and traditions that they believed in. People of my skin color, white people, we came to Colombia. We teared down your holy sites. We built churches on top. Also, I remember there was a survey in Colombia about how an overwhelming majority of Colombia didn't want Christianity because of that history, which I find a bit funny. She's such a wannabe white girl, and it's like, I don't know why, but I guess, you know, weird, you know. They used to have their own gods, traditions, but people of my skin colour took that away, and she still defends Christianity. Amazing representation. Your ancestors would hit you with a chancla. Your ancestors would... they would not like everything you're saying, okay? It was forced through the land throughout murder, oppression. So how can you call that a good thing? That's it. That's all I've got. But, yeah.